Hello, and welcome back to the channel. First off, I want to thank you all for the support. I just reached my first big milestone, 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you all for the support.
I wish I was more active on YouTube earlier, not just past 6 months. I mean, I started this channel long ago in 2008. But anyway, let's start with today's topic, A6 C7. I remember when I saw first press photos of C7 B-turbo diesel with LED headlights back in late 2010. I knew immediately I need one. It took me a few years before I bought the first C7, but once I got one, I've had one ever since. And that's a good 10 years in a row now. This is my first one, Daytona Grey with factory air suspension and BC Force custom wheels. I had this car for 4 years and sold it to buy this competition.
The competition was the only car on my list to be my next daily.
This car was not even listed. I was just asking around if anyone knows a red competition for sale, and I got so lucky. What comes to dailies, I don't want to put crazy amount of money in them, because in time they will be replaced by another car and people don't want to pay for your mods, good or bad. For this car I bought bigger brakes to fill in those big 21-inch wheels. Front 8 piston calibers are from SQ7 and they run 400mm discs. In the back there is original calibers which run AR67 carriers and discs. We powder painted the calibers at Eero's garage. The color is called Traffic Yellow. Thanks Jani for Kuopion Konemaailmassa for the actual powder. The suspension parts were transferred from my XC7 to this car. Front forks were shortened for 27mm and bump stops in the back were cut off to the minimum. I had Sede automotive suspension control module in my XC7 which was also moved to this car with the same old settings. To go as low as possible I also did VCDS lowering for 70mm and added drop links to maximize the low. What comes to exterior mods, there is only American style OEM front grille without blade recess and super durable front lip by GTK Motorsport. Both were shipped from States by my man Tyler at GTK.
Oh, almost forgot to mention this. I had the magazine magnets behind the front grille, and here's some photos how I set it up on the license plate and the front grille.
I kept the interior as it came from the factory. This car was loaded with equipment. Only mods are Apple CarPlay and video in motion hack on TV. These seats were one big reason for me to get this car. They look absolutely sick. They are heated like the steering wheel. Really good for winter use. So many wheels, where should I start? BC Force MLE 81 wheels were made to my previous C7, but they look so good also on the competition. Specs are 10x21 ET35 and tires are 255/30 around. I would say this is the best fitting set I ever had. Absolutely no rubbing even on a super low drive height. In my opinion, proper low drive height looks the best, like this, cruising low on the freeway. I wrapped the senders to satin grey for a while and liked the look so much I left them like that for a couple of years. It's wrapped, not painted. I had these Rotiform ROC wheels made for this car. Gloss clear over brushed and polished lips. Somehow the wheel looked too chunky and big and I ended having the centers painted in gunmetal. Same spec as on BC Ford's 10x21 and Toyota 255/30 tires. R6 wheels 9.5x21 ET25 needed more work to make them fit. Added camber to the rear, rolled all the fenders, turned -2.5mm off the brake discs so they sit deeper, and I changed the tires to 255/30. Still super tight fit but doable. C7 R6 winter wheels 9.5x20 ET21. These were probably my favorite winter wheels on this car. They sit pretty on 245/35 tires, but these couldn't fit without big brakes. Now that the caliper sits far out from the hub, it gives a lot more room for the concave. I had these 9x21 ET35 S8 rotos for a while. I wish I didn't sell them. They are actually pretty good on the red car. These are BJ F2 lightweight wheels in 10x21 ET35, which were wrapped in 245/35 winter tires. I had this for a little while. Another winter set. These are Rotiform DTM 10x20 ET40. They're rolled without rubbing and aired out. I think I had these wheels on all of my cars except the R6. I had these C6 R6 peeler wheels for almost 10 years as my winter wheels. So timeless design and looks so good on any car. 9.5x20 ET36 and good old 245/35 tire.
I forgot to mention some wheels. I also had the Vorkziast ST2 10.5x20 ET30, which I bought for the RS4 B7. Those wheels were perfect for the RS4, but I think they were like 1 inch too small for the S6. It still looked very good on the tiny tires.
Everything has its time and so has the competition. I sold this car in fall 2024 with these 9x20 S5 Speedline wheels. When I bought my first C7, I set the goal to myself to keep the car for 4 years. When I replaced it with the competition, I set the goal to keep the car for 5 years. I kept the car for 5.5 years and it was by far the best daily I ever had.
Okay, so I replaced the A6 competition with this B8.5 all-road, which is way cheaper and fun project and gives a lot of contrast to RS Audis. I only drove the A6 for like 6,000 kilometers in past year and a half, so I thought it's time to let it go. Lack of use. The all-road takes me from A to B as good as the A6.
It was just sitting in my driveway because I mostly drive my fun cars. Competition and the RS6 felt the same car inside, so I felt it's good to sell the competition and get something else instead.
Alrighty, that's the long story short. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching and make sure to hit that subscribe button and see you in the next one. Peace out.